encouraging citizens to register as donors. Register your decision to be an organ donor today at registerme.org/don'twait.
Hello, I'm Chuck Reddick, Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. We're working hard to get ready for tax filing season. You know who else is working hard? Identity thieves. Keep your computers and your mobile phones secure. Use antivirus software and strong passwords. Look out for email scams. Secure your home Wi-Fi with a password. Stay safe when you shop online. Look for HTTPS in the web address. See irs.gov for details.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Friday. Mostly cloudy skies with the potential for a few showers and rumbles of thunder. A daytime high of 76, the overnight low of 61 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with clouds and limited sunshine around for your Saturday. Temperatures climbing to the low 70s for daytime highs. Have yourself a great day, everyone, and a good football Friday. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Welcome back to the show that we're doing right now.
What's today?
It's October 8th.
Wait, they made something very special for us this weekend.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
National Fluffer Nutter Day.
It's Friday, time for Fluffer Nutter.
I need my Fluffer Nutter.
It's delicious, y'all.
Yes, it is actually.
Happy Fluffer Nutter Friday.
Okay, it's showtime.
This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe and Brad Leonard behind the board in the producer's chair.
Temperature rising just a bit, 66 now at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 62 here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and 64 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. The fog lifting a bit, the clouds are kind of fading away a tad. It's kind of clear outside. We do look for rain showers, possible possible storms in the second half of the day today, continuing overnight. Daytime high will be up to around 75. A warm weekend as well. Should be moderately sunny all weekend, so a pretty nice weekend. But it's going to be warm, and we're not getting out of the 70s over the next 7 days. 80 the predicted high for Monday, so we're going to still stay warm. It's 9:11 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We were talking last hour with Molly Brandenburg from Google. A Google Trends expert about their Frightgeist offerings on Google, and they track searches on how many people are searching for what costumes and so on. And we were sharing with you the list of things that people were looking for. For example, in West Virginia, #1 searched costume is zombie. #4 is clown. #2 is witch. So it's just an analysis of what we're searching for done in Google Trends. There apparently is also, and I didn't ask Molly about this, and I feel bad because I didn't even realize it, there is also a costume wizard that you can use at Google. You go on to frightgeist.withgoogle.com. That's how you find it, frightgeist.withgoogle.com. And go to the costume wizard, and first you choose your desired spookiness level. Do you want something not too scary, something absolutely terrifying? They've got a 1 to 100 scale there, so you pick your spookiness level. Then you can choose between classic or modern costumes. Do you want a classic old witch, or do you want something from a contemporary movie, if you will? So first of all, how spooky do you want it to be? Then you want to be classic or modern. And then there's another scale from 0 to 100 that lets you choose how unique you want your costume to be. In other words, I don't want to be like anybody else. I want to be very unique. Play around with the settings, and you get some possible costumes idea. It's called a costume wizard. So you can check it out at Frightgeist, Frightgeist, frightgeist.withgoogle.com. I thought that was kind of interesting. 9:13 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Got a couple of texts still coming in. The text line is always open for you at 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. Biffy, I see you got a well-wishing text here over for your vacation. Biff, have a great time in Key West. I know you've been there before, but still watch out for falling coconuts.
Yes, got to keep an eye on the falling coconuts.
I did not know that was an issue. I didn't realize that.
And the
watch out for falling coconuts.
And the other thing I learned too, that real key lime pie is actually yellow.
But lime is green.
Yes, but true, authentic key lime pie is not green, it is yellow.
Really?
Yes.
Well, now that is news to me. I did not know that. Let's see, off the text line. Oh, yeah, I shared with you last hour a story about Governor Justice was trapped for about 30 minutes in an elevator at the governor's mansion. The fascinating thing about that is the governor was actually in the mansion because, he doesn't live there very often. I suggested maybe he just had to pee, so they asked the state troopers, I got to stop to pee. For God's sake, a living, I can't hold it any longer. I got to pee. How about this big building over here? Can I go in there? Governor, that's your house. Oh, that's that place Spinagle thinks I ought to stay. I got a bathroom in there? I don't know that that's what happened. I'm just speculating. But for whatever reason, he was in the mansion and he got stuck in the elevator for like 30 minutes. Off the text line. It's a good question. Wonder how Jimmy stood that long without his stool. That's actually a good question. I mean, we never see Jim Justice standing more than, I'm not being funny, and listen, I'm a fat guy, so I get it. We've never seen Justice stand more than, 2 or 3 minutes, Biffy? I mean, at the most?
You know what, though? They may, and if they didn't, certainly they're going to do it now.
But I know where you're going.
But if they thought ahead, there would have been a stool already in there in case something like this does happen. Or happens again, apparently, now that it's been done.
Guys, Justice isn't around here very much, but if he's in that elevator, we better get a chair. I mean, this is a guy who coaches basketball from a rolling chair. Let's be honest about it. When he coaches the girls' team down in Greenbrier East, he rolls out in his rolling chair. So
I feel bad for the manager that has to roll that chair out every time out. I do.
Oh, you work for the team? Yes. What's your job? I am the chair roller. I roll the chair out for the coach because he has to be in a rolling chair. Again, I don't want to make too much fun of him because, believe me, I can't stand very long either. I understand that, but. And wherever the governor goes, he literally carries his own stool with him. I mean, if you've ever been to an event that the governor is at, the first thing that comes out is some kind of a stool or a chair or something, so he has a place to sit. I get it. He's a big guy. And again, in this particular case, I'm not really picking on him. I'm just saying he needs a stool. So I wonder if that's a good point from our texter. I wonder if he had a stool in that elevator when he was stuck. Let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, I did this one. Oh, my God, please stop with the West Liberty president story. I took that for you. Let's see. What else have I got here? Howard, do you think Joe Manchin is setting himself up for a run for president? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I just think Joe Manchin likes being in the power position. I think he likes having all the attention. And I don't necessarily mean in a terribly critical way, but I think he likes the fact that whenever he stands up anymore, there's a crowd of reporters around him. That's why old Monroe can't get to him anymore because all the big guys are there now.
I think if there were a position in the state that would actually open up that he could have the same thing. I think he would run for that. But other than statewide, I think this is as high as he's going to go as a senator.
Wouldn't be totally shocked if somewhere along the way he didn't find himself in a cabinet position, or a cabinet secretary or an undersecretary or something. Or it's the next and probably final phase of his career may well be being part of an administration somewhere. But I don't think that he's aiming for that. I just think that's a possibility. 304-214-1600. Friday Funnies coming up, and off that, Howard, your Friday Funnies ought to include gaffes from Joe Biden. Oh, okay, maybe they will. I don't know. We'll see what the Friday Funnies have to offer. We'll be doing that coming up in just a couple of minutes. If you'd like to text me, you can, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, the Watchdog Radio Network text line. It is always available, and I'm happy to have you on there, and I can use it, and we'll share it with our audience. Also, if you'd like to use the CityNet hotline and call in, you can do that, 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Coming up today at 10:06, it is Hoppy Kercheval. He is back. I'm going to have to talk to Hop and see what's going on, though. He is back. He's been back for, 2 or 3 days, Biffy?
Yeah.
I think he got back Tuesday, Wednesday. So he's been back for a few days.
Yeah.
He still hasn't written any commentaries at WVMetroNews.com. He always does a commentary every day. And I'm wondering if he's still got some kind of something that's taking his time. I'm going to have to, just on a personal level, send him a note and see if everything's okay with Hop. But coming up today, statewide talk line, kick things off with Brad McElhenney talking about, as we did earlier, Governor Justice and his crazy rant against Amy Schuler Goodwin. Also coming up today on statewide talk line, the school superintendent in Jefferson County, they have such a big staffing problem that the schools have had to go to a half day on Friday in Jefferson County because they don't have enough staff. This is interesting to me. I never heard of this before, and it's probably been going on for a while. Supreme Court Justice Beth Walker hosts a podcast with a state Supreme Court Justice from Arkansas, Rhonda Wood, and Bridget McCormick of Michigan. It's called Lady Justice, Women of the Court. I would think, I'm just surprised at that. I would think that Supreme Court justices would be very careful not to be doing things like podcasts. I mean, justices they generally don't even give a lot of speeches. Sometimes they do, but they generally try to be very quiet behind the scenes because their rulings are important. So anyways, Beth Walker is going to be on to talk about her podcast with other state Supreme Court female justices around West Virginia. That should be kind of interesting today on statewide talk line. And of course, Biffy, it's Friday. We know what that means.
Oh, yeah. Steam release.
Steam release, where you can let anything go as long as it's legal and clean. You can say whatever you want to say about any subject you want to say it about, any person you want to say about it, including criticizing Hoppy. And Lord, he gets a lot of that anymore. And occasionally, Biff and I get in trouble there too. So, a steam release today, beginning at 11:30 to wrap up the week on statewide talk line. All right, 9:22 after the hour. I want to talk about the Public Broadcasting Board. They have fired their director. Is this the beginning of a conservative takeover of public broadcasting in West Virginia? I'm not so sure that it is not. I think it may well be. We will talk about that coming up this morning in just a minute or two. 9:22 after the hour, and 66 degrees at the airport.
Hi, it's Hoppy Kercheval. Join me weekdays.
This is a test.
For news and official information. WKKX serves the Wheeling operational area.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tab, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Went in behind a little birch tree at its head. I reached down and got the bow positioned and found its horns and dropped down and shot it in the neck.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news,
it tracks real super well, but not with a 60-pound carp tied to the side.
Or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
How close did you let him get in before you let fly on him?
He was about 18 yards, Chris. He got turned in the right angle there, and I touched off the trigger, and when I hit him, he ran kind of up the hill, which scared me at first.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all. Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m.
And for your daily fix,
Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning. No one covers the great outdoors like Chris Lawrence. And Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
He rambles, he rants, and sometimes he sings. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Nine 27 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. You may remember, I lose track of time, a couple of months ago, the Governor Justice appointed a whole bunch of new people to the Education Broadcasting Authority Board. This is the board that oversees West Virginia public broadcasting, public radio, public television. And there was a lot of discussion about it. We talked about it on this show. We had Minority Leader in the Senate, Stephen Baldwin, on sharing his concerns about this with us because it looked as if the governor was trying to pack the board with his personal political appointees, many of whom were very far to the right. Among them, longtime Republican political operative Greg Thomas. Greg is very effective in what he does, but he is a hard charger, far-right bomb thrower is what I like to call him. And he was appointed to the board. You remember during his confirmation hearing, Greg Thomas said, well, he doesn't watch or even own a television. So why is he overseeing the public television? He doesn't watch or own a television. He says he gets his news from Facebook. Oh, God help us. And he told the senators in his confirmation hearing he didn't coin the phrase fake news, but he wishes he had because he thinks most news is fake. Thomas was perhaps the most egregiously political appointee on the EBA that was made at that time. Danielle Waltz was appointed. She's a Chamber of Commerce lobbyist. who had served on several right-wing organization boards, and she has advocated, or her groups that she has worked for, has advocated for defunding public broadcasting altogether. There was also an appointment made by someone who works with Senate Finance Chairman Eric Tarr. Tarr has frequently criticized public broadcasting as well. So you've got an EBA board, Educational Broadcasting Authority Board, that is made up of Governor Justice's hand-picked people who don't like public broadcasting to begin with. And they're now the ones overseeing the board. That's the background. All of us, including me, probably hoped that maybe these folks would act responsibly, would not act with political concerns. But I am concerned that we have now realized that's not going to be the case. The EBA board yesterday fired the executive director of West Virginia Public Broadcasting. There has been no word as to why they did that. Chuck Roberts sent out a polite email saying, well, I've been relieved of my duties, and it's been a wonderful time working with you people, and you're a great staff, and all the things you would say. He offered no real criticism nor explanation. He said the board has decided to go in a different direction. So what is this, the first salvo? Is this the first shot at these right-wing conservative political appointees of Governor Justice now trying to take control of public broadcasting? Despite what people often think, public broadcasting is probably the most objective news source anywhere. I know people think that there's a bunch of lefty elitists that are part of it, but if you actually look at the news, it is very, very objective. And very popular, by the way, as well. Very, very popular. In most towns and cities, public broadcasting's talk shows far outrank the conservative talk shows. Far outrank the conservative talk shows. People are listening to public broadcasting. And maybe that's why these conservative folks want to make sure they defund it, defang it, if you will. So no real explanation as to why Chuck Roberts was fired. No idea yet what they intend to do in the wake of his firing. Who will they appoint? What kind of person will come in there? But I think it's a very, 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 very bad sign that this politically appointed board with a far-right conservative bent is now firing the director of public broadcasting. I do not know Chuck Roberts. I knew his predecessor, Scott Finn, fairly well. Scott was a great guy. Scott was smart, got out of West Virginia, went to Vermont, and runs public broadcasting up there. Scott was a really good guy. I knew him personally. I do not know Chuck Roberts, but I wish him well in whatever he's going to do. And it's a shame he now is the target of a Jim Justice takeover. Jim Justice is appointing, we've talked about he's appointed his own people to the board of Marshall, his own people to the board of WVU, his own people to the board of the EBA. I mean, he has the power, don't get me wrong. He's not abusing it. I think he's abusing the power, but it is legal for him to do these things. But it's scary stuff. All right, 9:32. I'm going to try and delve into this a bit more, see what else I can find out, if I can find out anything. 9:32, 28 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We've got entertainment news. We've got the Friday Funnies coming up. We've got to look at what the Big Seven is working on as we head off into the rest of the day and into the weekend. All of that's coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But let's check some headlines right now from our friends at Metro News.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Carrie.
One.
Biff will do entertainment news and then Friday Funnies after that. Yep. you can do that. That'll work. No, you know what? Let's not do that, because when we come back, let's do a football preview first, and then we'll do entertainment. Okay? All right, thanks.
Filed trial in Morgan County where 43-year-old Andy McCauley was convicted of murder. Lance Crossman writing in a letter to Morgan County Sheriff Casey Bohr, quote, "Justice has been served." The full U.S. Senate will next consider Dr. Rahul Gupta to become the nation's next drug czar. The Senate Judiciary Committee approved Gupta's nomination from President Joe Biden in a voice vote on Thursday. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. A new statue of Marshall University basketball player Hal Greer will be unveiled tomorrow in Huntington during homecoming weekend. Frederick Hightower created the statue and says it shows Greer giving his signature jump shot.
Of course, with the sculpture, you kind of have to do it in such a way, to balance it. But that was basically what we wanted to emphasize, of him, jumping up and doing the shot.
A dedication will take place tomorrow morning outside the Cam Henderson Center. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
Thursday night football in Seattle. The visiting LA Rams beat the Seahawks 26-17. Pretty good night for Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford. He completed 25 of 37 for 365 yards and 1 touchdown.
We were able to just finish drives off. It was great. We were throwing the ball to get it down there and then running it to get it in. There's no better feeling than that than, having the big guys lead the way and run that thing in late in the game.
Rams improved to 4-1. Seattle drops to 2-3. Sunday at Heinz Field, the 1-3 Steelers host the 3-1 Denver Broncos. On offense, the Broncos love to run the football. Let's hear from Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin.
They're running the ball extremely well on offense. They're utilizing 2 ball carriers in Gordon and Williams, and almost equally.
Preseason hockey in Detroit. The Red Wings beat the visiting Penguins 4-2. Pittsburgh drops to 3-2 overall. Saturday, the Penguins will visit Columbus. MLB playoffs, Houston 6, the White Sox 1, Tampa Bay 5, the Boston Red Sox nothing. College football Saturday, a huge clash in Iowa. 4th-ranked Penn State will take on the Iowa Hawkeyes, ranked number 3 in the country. Oh, by the way, both teams are 5-0. Let's hear from Penn State head coach James Franklin. He talks about that tough Iowa defense.
They're doing what they can do with the opportunities they get. They get the ball in short fields, and they've been able to turn them into touchdowns. So, that's a positive for them.
I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
Attorney Tom McIntyre.
Life. It may knock you down, but you don't have to stay that way. I'm Tom McIntyre. I'm a bankruptcy attorney, and I'm here to help you. Give us a call, and we'll send you a copy of my free book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. It's an interesting read, and it'll explain bankruptcy to you like no other book does. Give us a call. We're here to help.
Call Thomas E. McIntyre and Associates at 304-232-8600. Allow us to help put you back on the road to financial success.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. Beware of telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you. Callers threatening you with arrest or other legal action and demanding money are not from us. If you receive a call like this, hang up, do not provide them with any form of payment or information. Report the call at oig.ssa.gov.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content, and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Friday nights in the fall are reserved for high school football, and the 20-year tradition continues on Metro News in Summit Community Bank High School Game Night with Fred Persinger and Dave Jecklin.
Celebrating 20 years of bringing you up-to-the-minute scores, conference standings, player and coach interviews, and more.
Tune in all season long to follow your favorite school. Friday nights from 9:30 to midnight. Summit Community Bank High School Game Night on this Metro News station.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
66 at the airport, 67 now here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 65 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling. In the heart of the Ohio Valley, looking for a warm day today, up to around 75. Rain likely throughout the day, maybe some storms in the rain later in the day today. Okay, weekend coming in, probably mostly sunny, but it's going to be another hot, warm weekend as well. We have, speaking of the weekend, Biffy, a lot of games for you here this weekend on the Watchdog. We'll kick things off today with the Bill DeFabio Variety Show, as we always do. Billy always talks with a bunch of coaches and analysts and conversation about the upcoming games of the week. And then the Quaker Steak and Lube Friday afternoon walkthrough kicks off at 3 o'clock from 3 until 5 as the whole gang gathers together and talks about this week's games, how they do last week, where is everybody positioned for potential playoff bids and all that sort of stuff. And when they're done, we'll take care of a couple of pieces of business. And then this evening we head off to play-by-play, pal.
Yes, we do. We have a game on each station tonight, and on AM 1600 WKKX and 98.1 FM. Wheeling Central traveling to Martins Ferry to take on the Purple Riders at the Purple Rider Stadium. And then over on AM 1370 WVLY and 97.7 FM, the OVAC Rivalry Series game, and it'll be a dandy tonight from Fleming Field in Shadyside as the Bel Air Big Reds take on the Shadyside Tigers.
That should be a good game this evening. Of course, both will be good games, and we'll have them for you. You can listen on AM or FM, as Biff mentioned, or you can listen on your smartphone or tablet using TuneIn Radio. Just download the app, then look for our two stations, 1370 WVOY or 1600 WKKX. Mark them with bookmarks or favorite signs or whatever your phone or your tablet chooses you to do, so you can get back to them whenever you want to. Or simply go to watchdognetwork.com, and at watchdognetwork.com you can actually listen on our streaming audio feeds that are there, either to WKKX or WVOY, depending on which station, which show which game you're interested in listening to. So lots of ways for you to listen. Then tomorrow it's a college ball, and we've got our two college teams both playing at, 12:30, Biff? Kickoff 12:30, both games?
Kickoff at noon.
Okay.
Noon for both games. And West Virginia will be traveling to Baylor, which I believe is in Waco, Texas. I think is where Baylor is located. The Baylor Bears. So West Virginia traveling to Baylor. Pregame show starts at 8:30. Again, kickoff at noon. And because of the pregame show for West Virginia and Baylor, we will not have the Harris Law Saturday morning sports huddle tomorrow, nor will we have the ONN Sports Magazine, which is usually at 8:30. So at 8 o'clock, you'll get the Metro High School football scoreboard. And then after Metro News, the scoreboard, It'll go right to the pregame for West Virginia and Baylor at 8:30. And then Ohio State, they're at home taking on Maryland, which, oh, by the way, that's the same Maryland team that beat West Virginia in early on in the season. So Maryland traveling to Columbus to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Pregame show for Ohio State at 10:30, kickoff at noon.
All right, and again, also catch those on the air, AM and FM stations, or on our TuneIn Radio app, or over at WatchdogNetwork.com. By the way, WatchdogNetwork.com, new opinion poll up. It's one you can vote on over the weekend. We'll talk about it on Monday. Here's the new opinion poll at WatchdogNetwork.com. Do you agree with Senator Manchin's position to dramatically cut the spending in Biden's Build Back Better bill? All right, do you agree with Senator Manchin that the bill is too big, we've got to cut it back? Your choices are, yes, $3.5 trillion is just too much. No, the extra cost is paid for by raising taxes on corporations and the very rich. Or, no, working families need all the help that we can provide. Go to the watchdognetwork.com. The opinion poll is right there at the top of the page, or close to the top of the page, and you can vote. So do so, and do it now, and do it throughout the weekend, and we'll see how y'all are voting when we get together again on Monday. Quarter before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show, about 5 minutes away from a look at the big 7 stories of the day today with Bob Westfall. But first, Biffy, let's do some entertainment news. Jamie Lee Curtis, you might be thinking about her this time of year because one of her big stars was in the movie Halloween. It's not the one I remember. True Crime is what I remember when she did the strip dance. Ooh, yeah, baby. Anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis, she says that she's worried surgery is, quote, wiping out generations of beauty. The 62-year-old actress in an interview this week said the current trend of fillers and procedures and an obsession with filtering your pictures, the things we do to adjust our appearance on Zoom, are wiping out generations of beauty. Once you mess with your face, you can't get it back. That's true. You know, have you seen people sometimes who have tried to, especially women, I don't want to be sexist, I'm just saying, especially women who have tried to maintain their youthful look with collagen injections and all this kind of stuff, and boy, sometimes they look like, I don't even know what to say. Jamie Lee Curtis, a great example. She is a beauty. She has always been a beauty, and she has aged gracefully and well, and I think she is still a stunner. That's my personal opinion there. So Jamie Lee Curtis warning against plastic surgery. Told you a couple of days ago that William Shatner, Captain Kirk, is going to be taking Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space flight into space. Shatner is 90 years old. He will be the oldest person to go into space when he takes that. But he also said that he's terrified to go into space. I'm thinking I'm going up in a rocket, and our best guess it should be fine, but I'm terrified. I'm Captain Kirk, and I'm terrified. That's William Shatner talking about going up in the space flight. What is the date? What's the date on that? Next Thursday. No, he told them that. I don't have a date for when he's supposed to go. We'll have to be paying attention to that. And let's check some more entertainment news from our friends at ABC.
Oh, wait a minute.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw it.
Nope. I got it here. There it is.
ABC Entertainment News.
Where's 007?
It's here. Daniel Craig's final film is James Bond. No Time to Die is Craig's 5th Bond film in the past 15 years. And he tells ABC News he wasn't thinking about how this is the end while making the film.
It didn't hit home until the last shooting day.
No Time to Die could set a few box office records this weekend.
Welcome, foolish Muppets.
Out today streaming, it's Muppets and Halloween and Disneyland all rolled up into one. Muppets Haunted Mansion puts the fuzzy friends inside Disneyland's Haunted Mansion ride. Miss Piggy tells me she's a big fan.
I love the Haunted Mansion. I mean, it's certainly better than the Teacups.
Muppets Haunted Mansion is out today on Disney+. Also new today, it's the finale of Season 2 of Ted Lasso on Apple TV+. Acapulco is a 1980 set bilingual sitcom, also on Apple TV+. And Madam X is a Madonna concert doc on Paramount+. And leave the door open for Bruno Mars. It's his birthday today. He's 36. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Dustin, before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. As always on a Friday, we'll kind of put the kibosh on our conversation before we get to Bob Westfall with a look at some humor and comedy. I call it the Friday Funnies. We always start off by taking a look at late night last night, some of the jokes that were offered on the late night comedian shows last night.
I saw that Twitter is testing out some new prompts that will warn you before you jump into a potential fight or argument. Yeah. To avoid fighting, you just click the prompt that says, log off forever. Yeah, that's right. Twitter prompts you with warnings like, that might be offensive, while Facebook prompts you with warnings like, that might not be offensive enough.
Universal Studios in Orlando has announced that the Shrek 4D simulator show will close next year because it turns out nobody actually wanted to smell Shrek. In a new interview, singer Meghan Trainor said she and her husband have 2 toilets next to each other in their bathrooms so they can spend more time together. In case you're wondering why there was no Stars They're Just Like Us section this week.
And finally, on our Friday Funnies, little stand-up comedy, Pete Holmes is with us today talking about bad cab drivers.
This actually happened. I was in a cab, just a regular cab in New York City, on the highway. We're going about 60 miles an hour. Driver starts driving with his knees. And then he leans over to the passenger seat, opens a case of some sort, takes out a flute. He took out a flute, a 2-handed wind instrument, and started playing the flute. Just like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I get it. It's hard to find practice time. I understand. And I had to lean forward, and I said, I can't believe I have to say this, but could you please not play the flute? He acted like I was crazy. He's like, what? What's your problem? What's your problem? What's your problem? Admit it. I caught you. I caught you flute-handed. Just say you're sorry. The giveaway was the flute music. I'm sitting in the back like, that sounds live.
All right, the Friday Funny is a chance for you to get a little bit of laughter before we head into the weekend. Bob Westfall will be by in a minute or two, and we'll have a look at what's happening at the Big 7. Coming up Monday on the Watchdog Morning Show, we will talk to State Senator. No, we won't. We will talk to former State Senator and now federal attorney for the Northern District of West Virginia. I guess he hasn't technically been sworn in yet, but he has been confirmed as the new federal attorney for the Northern District of West Virginia, Bill Ehlenfeld. Bill's been a frequent guest on this show during his time in the state Senate. I think he was a tremendous senator and will be seriously missed in the state Senate. He's going to talk to us about, his thoughts on leaving the Senate and also what his issues that he's going to be taking up as he gets back into the prosecutor's office. So Bill Ehlenfeld with us Monday on the show. Hopefully his replacement in the Senate, Owens Brown, may also be with us on Monday. And we're going to talk about the problems that we're anticipating for the holiday season in terms of shopping and shipping and prices, and will toys be on shelves and so on. A associate professor from WVU will be in with us to talk about that on Monday as well. Monday is a holiday too. Do you realize, well, you won't be here, Biff, but Monday is a holiday. Monday is Columbus Day.
Yes, it is, and I believe the city offices have the day off.
They do indeed, because we don't have a planning commission meeting, I know, on Monday night. So, that Monday is a holiday. I'm trying to think, we may do something, I'm not quite sure what. We may do something to take note of Columbus Day, or as it is known in many places anymore, Indigenous Peoples Day. We'll talk about that probably on Monday as well. So that's a look at what I've got coming up next week. Is Bob with us yet?
Still waiting on Bob, but I got the wrong impression of Columbus Day. See, I thought
Why is that?
Well, I thought if Ohio State won on Saturday, that we celebrate Columbus Day on Monday if they win.
No. That's not quite what we're talking about.
Okay.
No. This is something different. This is, you probably remember this, in 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Remember that?
That Columbus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Columbus.
No,
came and killed the Indians too. I mean, it's at that Columbus.
Oh, okay.
That's the one. No. Although probably if Ohio State wins, they will be celebrating in Columbus. So I love Columbus, by the way. It's one of my favorite cities. I just think it's a
neat city. When my uncle, when he didn't live too far, they lived outside of Columbus, and we went one year and watched a hockey game at the Nationwide Arena, and it was neat. Neat arena and just one of those neat little downtowns.
It's a big small town. That's what I like. It is a big city. I mean, it's a big city with all of the amenities of big cities, lots of good cultural stuff. Obviously, the university is huge there. But it still has a small town flavor and feel to it. You know what I mean, Biff? You feel like it's a small town.
Yeah, it's kind of neat the way they bring that together with the big and the small.
Over the years, and I've mentioned before, over the years I've had a chance, I've had offers to go and host talk shows in other cities. And I have never been keen on them in New Orleans, Washington, D.C., and some others. Columbus is one, if ever there was a chance, I might do that. Probably not now, I'm too old. I'm in the twilight of my career now. But that's one city I always said, if I got the call from there, I think I could go. Among other things, it's close enough to home that you can come back fairly frequently. In fact, I know people that commute to Columbus. So, but I've always loved Columbus. There's just something special about it. Again, it's a big, small town, and that's sometimes really hard to find. So I like that. The other place I've often thought, again, when I was a much younger man, I wouldn't mind going to work, being a talk show host, would be on the beach. I wouldn't mind, being the afternoon host in Ocean City or something. No, I want to be the morning host because I want the afternoons open to go to the beach, right?
Oh, could you imagine being in Ocean City and doing this show from 7 to 10?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
10:30, I'd be at the beach, huh?
Oh, I'd be in the water at 10:30, riding waves in and just having a good old time until it was time to eat lunch.
I remember when I was at Ocean City on vacation one time, sitting at the beach, and there was a guy, and he was trying to pick up a girl, and he said, "What do you think I do?" She said, "I don't know." He goes, "Well, think about it. Yeah, I work, but I'm here available in the afternoon to go swimming every day." Turns out he was a radio host. And that's what I'm thinking, ooh, this would not be bad. This would not be bad at all. Too old to make the change now. Although, Biffy, with all the remote equipment, I can do it from home here. Why couldn't I do it from the beach? Do it here on the Watchdog Network.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Just get a little beach house, Take the same equipment, go down there, sit on the beach. Be kind of fun. Good morning, Brother Biff. Live from the beach here today. In fact, now that I'm thinking about that,
You'd have to give the temperature for the Ocean City Airport.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of the Ohio County Airport, it'd be the Ocean City Airport.
Yeah, and somebody would then call and text me and criticize. Why do you give that airport temperature in Ocean City? Because that's where I am. I've often thought that would be kind of fun. Anyway, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here broadcasting from the home studio. Maybe one of these days we'll come back into the building and do it from there. Hey, pal, listen, have yourself a great vacation. I hope that you just put us behind, forget about us. When you get on that plane, we're done. Don't worry about us until the day you come back.
Or
we'll figure it out one way or another.
Or at least until Thursday night when Central plays St. Clairsville.
Or when something goes so totally wrong that we'll be sitting in the office going, I don't know what to do. Do you know what to do? I don't know what to do. Can we call Biff? Hey, you know and I know, pal, it happens sometimes. I've been called on vacation which I've never complained about. I'm happy to do that. But anyway, seriously, have yourself a great time. Have some alcoholic beverages for me, and sit in the sun and enjoy it and listen to some great music and have fun with your family and just enjoy it. Have yourself a great vacation, pal. We'll see you in a week.
Yeah, we will. We'll enjoy it, and hopefully the weather cooperates.
Well, as for me, it's time to say sayonara, see you, bye-bye, farewell. I got to go. I got to get out of here. Kirchhoff's got the comm coming up next, but good Lord willing, creeks don't rise, bat phone doesn't ring, don't get impeached, don't retire, and ticker keeps on ticking. And Teddy says, it's all right. You can go back to work on Monday, Granddad. I shall return Monday. Lola will be behind the microphone. Biff will be out enjoying himself somewhere else and forgetting about us completely because we're going to block it from his mind. Just block it from his mind. But I'll see you in a week, Brother Biff.
I will see you in a week.
We'll keep on doing it until you get back.
That could be a long time.
Or at least a week.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
All right. Have yourself a great vacation, Biff. I hopefully won't have to bother you today or while you're away, and we'll persevere till you get back. Have a good time, whether it rains or not. There's plenty to do in Key West. All right. Well, enjoy yourself. Have a lot of fun, and I'll talk to you in a week, I guess. All right. Thanks for your help, as always. Enjoy yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.
Your market strategist for TD Ameritrade tells ABC.
There could be this issue of employers having to lift wages to get people to come back to work.
President Biden will discuss this jobs report today. Some of his top cabinet members are in Mexico. That's President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador greeting Secretary of State Blinken, Attorney General Garland, and Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas there in Mexico City for meetings with their counterparts. The Senate passed a short-term increase to the debt limit. It allows the U.S. to continue to borrow money, but with that limit expected to be reached in December, Democratic Senator Mark Warner of Virginia tells ABC News Prime the debt limit should be done away with.
It is nothing but a political tool used by both parties to extract a pound of flesh without a meaningful policy debate.
First COVID-19 vaccines for children could be available in early November if the FDA authorizes Pfizer's vaccine for emergency use in kids 5 to 11 as requested. Dr. Richard Besser, CEO of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, tells ABC when it comes to drug safety.
I want to make sure as a pediatrician that before I recommend this to my patients, I'm convinced that it's safe and it's effective. The information I've seen so far gives me a lot of hope.
You're listening to ABC News.
Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood.